Yes, another backpacking adventure. This time in Sweden, Grövelsjön. In the middle parts of Sweden, the southern parts of the big mountain range. But there's for sure some mountains to climb, and the scenery, as usual, fantastic. So I've been back for a few weeks now from my trip to Norway, or a few weeks, it's actually a month. So the first time out again after that trip. I wanted to go out one more time before the fall falls upon us. So I took the opportunity to go now. It's mid to late September, and unfortunately I had to go without my friends this time. Couldn't make it, but then again, quite nice to go on a solo adventure as well. So we'll see what this brings. At least for today, some stunning weather. I have a few fears though. One, I'm afraid I'll get sick because my family has been sick this week. I hope I'll make it. Two, bears. There's plenty out there currently, and people say you should be lucky to see one. I'm lucky if I don't see one. And three, getting cold. I don't like that. But we'll see. I'm testing other types of gear now, so more on that later. And yeah, how do I get through here? Yeah, like that apparently. Yeah. Okay, so I've crossed the border to Norway again. Second time in my life. Second time in a month. So yeah, must like Norway, but I do. So now I have taken a few Ks of hiking. I'm into Norway. I will cross some mountains and then go down, and then if I have the strength I will go up a mountain again and pitch my tent for the sunset, which apparently should be amazing. And we have good weather today, so maybe we will have a sunset. Usually it rains and it's cloudy when I'm out on adventures. So yeah, we'll see. This may be the one occasion where I actually have a sunset. Cross my fingers. Whew. More hiking. Okay, and maybe some short info about the hike I'm doing. So maybe mostly relevant for anyone living in Sweden or visiting Sweden or Norway. So this is a loop. You know, I start and end at the same place. So I started the hike at Sjöstugan, close to Grövelsjön, and the loop is about 33 kilometers, I'm walking at around 1,000 meters above the sea level, and yeah, so for a 3-day hike it's 10k a day, which isn't too bad. It isn't too steep, the terrain is quite easy, and yeah, it's known for this. So a good hike up in the mountains if you want to bring your kids. It's like 10k a day, but I'm thinking of actually extending the first day to like 13-14k, just to get to the to a place which was my plan B or plan A, I don't know, plan A or plan B. Plan A was probably to reach Chillin, which is a place where you can stay overnight. But I've heard a lot about the Grövelsjön, I think it's called. It's supposed to be amazing, an amazing sunset. So I'm aiming to get there tonight, which makes the hike tomorrow slightly shorter, or maybe I'll extend that one as well to go to a few other lakes to set camp at that I've also heard should be great. And then I think it's quite good because then the last day hike is shorter, which means I get to my car quicker, which means I get back to my family quicker, which is nice. And then I have still done my hike and this loop, and hopefully had even nicer spots to camp at, potentially. I haven't been there, so I don't know, but that's what I've heard. So I think that's plan A, but I think it's soon time for a short break. I've been hiking for 1.5 hours maybe, so I think it's prudent to have a short break, maybe have a snack. But again, I don't want to stop too long. I want to reach the plan A campsite. Okay, enough about that. Let's hike. Sylset. Gotta be Sylen, I guess, in Swedish, but Sylset in Norwegian. Yeah, hope I'm on the right track. Whew. So now I'm in the woods. So talking loud to myself, scaring the bears away. But it's quite rocky terrain. So I don't know. Maybe it's not very wise to go and film yourself. Maybe one should focus on the trail. But anyway, I wanted to bring you a tip or two on this hike in this video. Tip number 1, if you want to do the loop as I'm doing it, that is clockwise around Långfjället, then you could ideally maybe get out not from the mountain station but rather from what's called sjöstugan, or the lake cabin, or whatever to call it in English, because then you get on straight to the trail. So that's tip number 1. Yeah, another thing when hiking, this should be 9k's to the Sylset, or Sylen in Swedish, and it feels like forever. I'm getting closer all the time, but I'm never getting there. So I don't know. Maybe it's the terrain, maybe it's the filming, or my energy levels. You know, I didn't do well. Had breakfast, then I filled up with 2 hot dogs, and then a energy bar now. Yeah, but it's not any extreme hike in any way, but yeah, maybe somewhat low energy levels. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I get there soon. I can have a break. But yeah, let's see. I think I'm getting closer finally to the mountain station. It's over there. Finally. I'll have a quick rest there. Yeah, that was not the mountain station. I'll continue. Whew. So, tip number 2 is to take breaks. So this is the first break I take after 2.5 or 3 hours. It sucks. What made the 4th day of my Rondane National Park adventure so great was that we took a lot of breaks. That was so nice. Now I have failed, but yeah, at least a break now, and to this view. So not too bad. Take a break. So this is the last incline of the day, I hope. But it's still some 50-60 meters to take, and 3k maybe to walk. So a bit more exhausted than what I was expecting. There should be maybe an hour to go before I can set camp, which is fine. Been hiking now for 3 hours. I took a little break for 15 minutes, aired my socks out, and just had some water. But yeah, now I will do the last incline, the last ascent, and then the last stretch to camp. See you in a bit. So, back in Sweden. Whew. See if I can find a place to set camp, pitch my tent, and maybe walk for 30 minutes more. Whew. Yeah, so to protect the reindeers from escaping, I guess, I put this in. I moved some of these ones so I can get through. Whew. Whew. Then need to put them back, of course. So I'll do that. Yeah, so this is the map. So this is where I started, and then I have gone here, here. This is where I was supposed to stay first night, but I went on to here. This is where I am now. Tomorrow I plan to go down here and then all the way here back. But I'm thinking about going across here to Grövelsjön, camp there next night, then have a shorter hike back the last day, so I can go home, because it's a 6-hour drive, at least 7 maybe. So yeah, we'll see. So I told you about some gear changes I'm making for this trip to not be cold while sleeping. So I have another sleeping pad. So this is the Nemo Tensor insulated pad with a higher R value than the usual Thermarest Neo-Air Uberlight that I usually have. So this is at least twice as high R value. So I'll pop this in. And it looks like this. Got my pump sack, don't need it because I have a Flextail Zero pump, an electric pump. Yeah, extra weight. See if it works. If not, then I have the pump sack. Yeah, not too bad. And actually just put it down, let it do its magic. Yeah, it's getting there. I made a wise decision this morning before I left to not bring any beer. Not sure why. And I'm not sure if it was wise. Could have been good now. Then I made a second decision to avoid getting cold. Today it's not cold. Tonight it's probably okay, but the next night will probably be colder. So I brought my first sleeping bag, which is, you know, solid down to a comfort rating of minus 6.4, I think, degrees Celsius. So it's probably more than 10 degrees in difference. Yeah, so to be clear, this is not a new sleeping bag. It's the oldest I have. Warm, hopefully. And then the must-have, a pillow. Not sure if this is, or I'm pretty sure it's not perfect, this pillow. It's okay, it's fine. It's so much better than trying to gather stuff and sleep on that. This is quite good. But I guess it could be a bit more comfortable. There you have it. Tricology Aloft 2.0. So yeah, check it out. This is my crib for tonight. This should keep me warm. I hope. Yeah, so it's good to test different kinds of gear out. So this is twice the weight, probably, compared to what I had on my last trip. But if it keeps me warm, then maybe it's worth it. Or is it too heavy? Maybe the sleeping bag it's actually exactly twice as heavy as my other one, which is good down to -1. There might be lighter ones. Yeah, look at the scenery. Not too shabby. Yeah, so it's 7:45. I'm in my tent with this view. I have had dinner and it was great. So now I think I will maybe listen to a pod or something for a while before I get to sleep. See if there's any cool sky before I go to sleep. Yeah, a pod for 45 minutes, an hour maybe. See you. Good morning. The night was marvelous, or the evening. The night was not marvelous. It was quite not nice. I didn't sleep well. I was exhausted. I didn't drink enough. I didn't eat enough. And now it's cold, windy.
and yeah, I'm low on energy. But yeah, I think tip number 3 for this trip is to camp here. Definitely, it's amazing. What I do think, however, is today I might cut the hike short, actually. It's not that I'm feeling sick or met any bears. I was a bit cold, strangely enough. But I'll see. I'll maybe cut it short and get back to the mountain station today, or even get home. We'll see. Okay, need to pack my things.
So, up and running. Well, maybe not running really. I'm exhausted from yesterday. But the sun is shining. But still quite windy, as you probably hear. Yeah, the views are, as always, amazing. But I'll be heading that direction. Probably back to the car. We'll see. Try to take some breaks. I can enjoy the, for now, nice weather, and then we'll see. Check in on you later. Yeah, so the negatives of being on the mountains with a very flat surrounding is that and if it's windy, there's nowhere to stop, have a break from the wind, to cook some food, etc. But now I found a spot, and I don't know if I want to cook some food or so, but for sure trying to learn from my mistakes, not taking breaks, having breaks. So I'm having a break now. The sun is shining and the wind isn't too bad, so I'm halfway on my path back to the mountain station. Feels good. Okay, so I found something. Yeah, check it out. Wow, look at the size. Not sure if you know what it is, but if you do, let me know in the comments below. Last stretch. I'm on my way to the car, a few more 100 meters to go. So yeah, it feels great. It feels like the decision was right. And what I mean with that is the decision to have a first absolutely amazing day, sunshine, marvelous sunset, a decent night of sleep, a not so good morning, but then a eventually sunny day hiking. Quite nice actually. But now the temperature is about to drop, the wind is picking up, so yeah, I think this will be a better memory, a better adventure. Somewhat shorter for sure, that's okay. So it became a 2-day, 1-night adventure. But yeah, feels great. So soon I'll get to the car. We'll see if there's any last good ideas or lessons learned from this trip that I'll share with you in the car. See you. Oh, finally by the car. Need to fix a few things, change clothes, prepare some electrolytes, and then need to get going to charge my car and get some lunch. Whew. But it's been a good trip. Thanks for following me on this trip that changed a bit, and I hope you join for the next one that comes up. Appreciate it a lot. So take care, plan your next backpacking adventure. See ya.